What's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Mayhem, where I am joined by my two brothers, the one and only Bearded Chief and the one and only Bearded Bishop. Guys,
Yo,
how
yo,
are you doing today? How was your weekend? What's going on, Bishop?
man, unfortunately, my weekend was not the greatest. I had an allergic reaction to a medicine, and
Oh,
it took me all weekend to go see. I just went see the doctor early this morning. I already
right,
had took myself out of it, so I didn't, I only had it one day, but I'm all
right.
good. Happy to be
Heck
here.
yeah.
Yep.
Heck yeah. How about you, Chief?
Got back to work Saturday. Boss comes up to me and says, you going to put time in for tomorrow? Which was yesterday, Sunday. I said, oh my God, that's my anniversary. I forgot. I put the day in because I told the wife we're going to celebrate today on
Right,
Monday. I said, I'll just go to work Sunday like normal.
right.
She said, okay. He's like, you're going to put time in? I was like, yes. So I was off yesterday.
Nice.
So we didn't have much planned because, the baby and all the stuff going on with World and all that stuff.
Right.
So I said, do you want to run up to the casino? We'll get a little seafood
There we
buffet. We'll
go.
play some freaking slots.
Yeah.
She sits down at this machine, puts $20 in, $234.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Heck yeah.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, at least we came home with the same amount of money we left with. So
There we go.
other than that, man,
Right.
it was good. What a good weekend. I got a lot of work done today. Took a little nap today.
Nice.
Whew.
Awesome, man. My weekend was really good. Saturday, I had my goddaughter's graduation party. So that was awesome. I spent time with my goddaughter. Can't believe it's been 18 years, right? Like it just went by super fast, but had a good time there. Sunday, I got to relax today. Had doctor's appointment, did some running around, and I went to a pawn shop today, Chief and Bishop.
What'd
And
you get?
you'll never guess, man. I got a pair of Jordans. I got a pair of Jordan 14s, and I picked them up for the low of $40. So, got to count that
Wow.
as a win, right?
Yep.
So, yeah. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, I think the big news here is I'm going to put a picture up, and when you look at this picture, you see Bearded Chief's beard, and we got
Right.
myself, and we got finest mixed beard. We got the Riz, but you
Riz.
see that big beard, right? And then
Right.
now we got Chief, right? And he's all done up, right? But Chief, I don't know. I mean, I kind of took it upon myself. I think we've given you a new nickname. I think Bearded Chief works, but I think it's got to be Chief Toast because you just got it's so I mean, you're right there. I mean, Kratos is the man, but we got Chief Toast,
Yep.
So yeah, I'm saying we got Chief Toast.
Oh my
So
goodness, my stomach
what
hurts.
what do you think, Bishop? What do you think, Bishop? We're gonna
Yeah.
start calling Chief Toast?
Chief toast.
Yeah, Chief
You know
Toast.
what? I
Yeah.
think next Monday show I might have a little something for you for that outfit.
There we go. There we go.
There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what, fellas. Let's get in. We're gonna start saying hi to everybody.
Yes, sir.
All right. First in, Born Bearded. What's going on, Dave? How
Hey,
you doing,
Dave.
brother? We got Ronnie Painter. How's it going, Swamp Pixie? We got Jay Summers. What's going on, Jay?
Good day.
What's up, Jay?
All right. We got Cowboy Up. What's going on, Cowboy Up?
Yo.
Man, let me see here. Man, this stream was good. It was going so fast. We got the Dapper Man himself, Jeff Harmon. What's going on, Jeff Harmon?
Yes.
Alrighty. Let me see here. There was so much going on in the chat. I got to catch up. We got Jacob. What's going on, Jacob? We got our another brother from another mother. We got 30 Spray J. What's going on, 30 Spray J? Slaybell's mowing. What's going on, Santa? Hopefully you're keeping hydrated. He works outside. He does landscape mowing, so hopefully you're keeping hydrated, man. It's been hot. And who else do we have here? We got Kilt Beard Co. What's going on, Kilt Beard Co?
What's up, man?
Let me see here. And we got the one and only Elegant Sasquatch. What's going on? We've got Tame Man Beard Company. What's going on, man? All right. right, let me see. Who else do we have? This chat's moving fast. We got Renee. What's happening, Renee?
Hey, Renee.
Black Manor, what's going on? Hopefully you're feeling a lot better.
Yeah,
We've
9
got
weeks.
Miss Brew City Bearded. What's going on?
What's going on?
Hey, Becky. All right, we got Flaming
Mr.
Beard. What's
Brewster.
going on? Flaming Beard, what's happening? Let's see, who else do we have? I'm trying not to miss you. We got Randy R. What's going on, Randy R?
Hey, Randy.
Oh, something special to you, Chief.
Hey, there you go, Chief. Take the valve.
Man. We got Chris. What's going on, Chris? Chris from True North. What's happening?
Hey.
All right, let's see. Who else do we have? I'm trying not to miss anybody, man. It is moving fast. We got Kay. What's going on, Kay? What's happening?
Oh, Miss K.
You must feel special, Chief. Look, he keeps talking.
Yep.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Marines, right?
Right. They just keep. Does that mean maybe this person eats green crayons?
Maybe he's a Marine.
Yeah, never know. All right. Let's see here. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Where's Santa Tom when you need him? Phil, what's going on, Phil? What's going on, brother? It's awesome seeing you at Worlds.
Yes, it was.
Alrighty. Well, fellas, I think I am caught up with us saying hello.
Bearded, that is all just jumped in.
Oh, Bearded, that is all. Okay,
Yep.
Here we go. What's going on? Whip, not that one. Whip, hit the wrong one.
Whip.
Man, I'm bad with this, right? What's happened, Bearded? That's all. And let me see. Did I miss anybody? Oh, yep. We got the one and only Ray Smokey. What's going on, Ray Smokey?
Yep.
What up, Ray?
Hey, Ray.
Alrighty.
Did you say hi to Miss Jessica?
Miss
Nope.
Jessica, I believe I did. Didn't I?
Nope. Jessica and Miss Ronnie, too.
I did say hi to Miss Ronnie. She was second.
Oh, okay.
Smart Pixie, yep. Miss Jessica. I can't find your thing, but Miss Jessica, hello. Hope you're doing good. Alrighty. So we got a bunch of shows this week, as usual. On Tuesday night, we got the Terra News Network, Tuesday nights and Friday nights. We've got Melissa Knows, She Knows Live, Thursdays at 8 p.m. right after Trace Amigos. And we got Beard Talk with Bishop Show. Bishop, who you got on this week?
I have Recoil. It's a new company, a veteran-owned Recoil.
Nice. Heck yeah. We've got the Trace Amigos show, and for once, Chief and I actually know who is going to be on the show.
He's in the chat.
Yes, he's in the chat. We've got Mr. Harmon himself, the dapper gentleman. Looking forward to that. That's going to be an awesome show.
Yep.
And Thursday nights after Trace Amigos, we are the warm-up for them. You've got the Beard Respect. And then on Sunday, you have the Suplex Syndicate with myself, Dirty Spray J, and the Elegant Sasquatch, 7 p.m. on the Tactical Santa channel. And at 8:30, I believe, it is What's the Crack with Baker. So check him out. And guys, I'm just going to spend about 30 seconds on this one. This is a new show I'm doing with 30 Spray J. It's called Slaywalker Encounters. It's going to be on once a month on a Saturday at 8 p.m. So anything and everything you've wanted to know about Tactical Santa, 30 Spray J is going to be interviewing me. So definitely check it out. It's going to be the first episode this Saturday. With that being said, fellas, what's in your beard today? What do you got in the beard today?
Well, our friend Chris from True North is going to do a giveaway tonight. So I figured I'd throw some Dirty Shirt Croc guy in, since I like that peanut butter and get all that peanut butter stuck in my beard. You know what I mean?
Right. What about you, Bishop? What do you got?
Well, I'm in the process of doing a review for a new company. They here in the chat is beer. That's it, and it's called Bourbon, Brass and Bourbon.
Nice. I have got some Junkyard Jam in by Mountain State Grooming in today. It drops in August, early August, but running that today. Really good scent. And like you said, Chief, we will be doing a combo giveaway from True North of Comp Ready. And Comp Ready does have the new updated carrier blend to it. So it does have a new carrier, but you will be winning tonight. If you win it, you'll get a 1 ounce oil and a 4 ounce butter. So we will be doing the giveaway at the end of the show tonight. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Yep.
And you know what, Chief? I got to tell you, man, I am so excited for our guest.
Me
But
too.
I made a reel, and I'm going to play this, and then we're going to
Let's
bring him on.
go.
Sounds live, OG player slide. High disclosure in the game, we ain't hiding. This for the real ones, only boss mobbing. Crushing competition, send them straight to a coffin. Yeah. Hype explosion, mother suckers relax and take notes. Smashing, hitting these lanes with hella smoke. Ain't no half stepping, I'm a certified beast. Most highest, I'm the dirty South priest. I'm dropping bombs in the plane to say.
Alrighty, guys, without further ado, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
What is up, brother?
Up, fellas? How y'all been?
Man,
Long time no see. I miss you
Right.
guys like you were my brothers, bro.
I'll tell you, man, it was so awesome to meet you at Worlds. Just to have, I think I can probably speak for Chief. Just to have somebody of your caliber touch the beard and trim the beard and do it, like, amazing, man. You blew my mind. I'm pretty sure you blew Chief's mind. And just meeting you and talk to you, what a great person you are, man. And I got to ask you this: that whole weekend, everything you made, you donated, correct? That was on
Pretty much, yeah.
donation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do a lot of charitable stuff, is what I'm hearing. But yeah, you do.
Anytime that anybody asks me to do something of this caliber, I
Right.
try to make sure certain things are taken care of. But literally, and that's why when people come up to me, they go, "How much?" And I say, "It's a donation, so whatever you want.
Right.
If you don't have it, I got you. It don't matter. If you want to
Right.
donate, I got you." And they,
Right.
people, especially with the bearded community, very charitable.
Right.
Same thing. I worked out at Sturgis a couple years ago. Did the same thing out there. Worked with one of my really good friends from high school. One of my best buddies from high school. He makes jewelry. He's a veteran, and did the same thing out there. And I was there for him and the people, not so
Right.
much myself.
What's funny, if I remember correctly, I remember Chief and I walking up to you and we're like, "Hey, man, are you cutting hair?" Because we thought you were just there to, like, cut, like, certain things, and you're like, "No, man, I am." And I remember Chief and I looking like, "How much?" And you're like, "Just a hug, man." And we're like, "What?" You're like, "Just hugs, man."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Go
out.
to hug,
I mean, it wasn't full reach around, but it was.
right.
I'm not going to say if or if that was said, but
Right. But no, man, it was so awesome. Let me ask you this. I made a reel and I posted and I talked about how I was so honored because I got the beard trimmed by a guy who has $2,000 scissors. Can you show everybody those special
yeah.
scissors?
Actually have them right here, miraculously. So these are them right here. They're
Right.
IBM shears. They're super sharp, and everybody says, "Well, what makes this different from a normal shear?" So what happens is a normal shear, even though it's very, very sharp, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll push the hair. So
Right.
as you close, the hair kind of pushes away.
Okay.
The way that the blade is, it won't let it do that. It literally it's super sharp.
Right.
Japanese steel and Japanese made, and these ones actually have serial numbers for that. A lot of Japanese scissor makers, they say Japanese steel, but if it doesn't have a code on it, it's probably not.
Right.
Let me ask you a question real quick about the scissors. How often you got to get them sharpened?
I've had these for 3 years. I haven't had them sharpened yet.
Wow.
But when you do get them sharpened, I have to send them back to the factory.
Okay.
They'll normally send me a loaner pair first and say, as soon as you get them, send them back out. Send yours out to get sharpened, because they got to go to Japan. They take them apart and they get honed by the best out there, and then they send them back.
Right. That's awesome, man. You know, though, it's all about the gear, right? Like,
Absolutely.
you know, I mean, if you're at the level you're at, you have to have good tools to make the job easier and to do what you need them to do, and that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. You know, I guess I do have a question. Maybe I'll bet you a lot of guys in this chat room would ask. So a lot of us are scared when we go to a barber shop to let a barber touch it because you
Mhm.
never know. Um, is there anything like if you were going to go check out a barber and they didn't know you were you, right? And you were going to kind of
Mhm.
check them out and be like, you know, let's see if this guy knows what he's talking about trimming beards or cutting beards. What is something that you would ask a barber to find out if they're real deal? Like, hey, yeah, I'd let this guy touch my beard, or no, I wouldn't. Are there any parameters that you ask or?
A lot of it is probably going to be visual. What have you seen them do? Did you do your research and find out? You know, does he have social media? Does he do this? Does he do that? But definitely, I'm asking a lot of questions about beard care, mustache care, before, and you'll get a good feeling after that, right? You either get a
Right,
feeling that no. Okay, cool. I'll go
right,
somewhere else, or you'll be like, I think I can give him a shot. But you have to be. I always tell this to everybody, whether they come to me or whether they don't come to me. You need to be very detailed on and very explicit on what you want. And if you are not very detailed and very explicit on what you want, then it is partially your fault.
right, right, right. You know,
Can I
yeah,
jump on that?
Yeah.
My first barber, I was exactly what you just said. That guy, do this, do that, cut this. I'm going to a comp. Don't take this, you know, in line and telling the barber what I wanted. And he did. All right. Well, since then I found another barber. But anyhow, buddy at work says, hey, who did your beard? And I said, hey, go down such and such, talk to so and so. And he sat down. He said, a buddy of mine from work sent me down there. And he says, is it Steve? Because that guy's very demanding and tells me exactly what he wants me to do. And I said, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but yeah, I went away from him because I got a little weird because of the cleanliness of his tools. So I went to another barber and I kind of eased into him. I was like, okay, just take a little of the flyaways and take a, you know, a little day, just trying to feel him out because I didn't want to go full bore into a real cut. So I always had that feeling in my stomach, this dude's going to jack my beard up. But went to Worlds. I don't know what it is about you, your aura, whatever. Me and you clicked. I sat down in your chair and I said, do it. And I had no qualms whatsoever. And you
right,
did an amazing
right.
job sculpting this beard.
I really appreciate that. I remember when you guys came over, you were like, all right, I got something very specific. I got to show you. This is how I want. And I just kind of, you showed me what you want. Well, you told me what you wanted. And then I don't know if everybody's seen the Instagram video that I posted, but
Right.
I did that on purpose. I wanted to let the aura of Kratos sit in, or sorry, the aura of Chieftos sit in.
Cheetos, yeah.
Right? And that's
Right.
that's what it was, you know. And that was just, it was amazing talking to you both there and whatnot. And I saw in the chat that somebody asked if they're Hanzos, and no way, I'll never use a pair of Hanzos because they say that they're this, but they're not. But
Nice.
that's a whole
Right.
different.
Right. You know what I loved about it is obviously, I mean, everybody in the room probably could tell before, I had a lot of transparency. And I remember walking up to you and I'm like, all right, man, you know, what would you do? You know, because Chief and I talked before we talked to you. And I'm like, what would you do? And you're like, yep, you got to go right here. I got to take that down, get rid of the transparency. I'll do this and this. And I'm like, he's the man.
Yep.
There we go. And there was no hesitation. I'm like, yep, there we go. Let's do it.
That's the other thing. A lot of people don't. So I normally at the shop, I have black and white capes. So therefore, obviously, your profile is going to show through on a darker color, right?
Right.
Somebody with a black beard or darker beard or brown beard or red beard, they're going to come out on something lighter.
Right.
So when I cut Chief, I
Yeah.
put a white one on, right?
Yep.
I had a black one on.
Right.
So you can see the transparency and like, where is it weak, right? Where does it get
Right.
super strong, and where is
Right.
it strong, and where is it weak? And you were like, well, I'm thinking about going, and I said, well, we can make it so that it's really strong. I said, but in this area right here, you're still strong enough to where it's heavy and defined. We just need to get rid of the stragglers, and then you'll be good to go.
Right.
And
Right.
that's what we went with you, and you know, it looked really, really good. It still looks really, really good, and it's
Right. Right.
weeks later.
Right. And I'll tell you, I think you're probably the only guy that I'm going to let touch my beard ever. I'm going to make trips to. It's a good excuse to go see Chief because I believe you're only about an hour away from Chief.
Yeah.
So it's a good excuse to go see Chief and then come see you and be like, "Yep, I'm due for a trim."
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's-
and if we plan it out right, I'll make sure that we go get lunch together on me.
There we go. Heck
So
yeah.
that was my question. Where
you sure
exactly
about
are you located?
I am in I'm in Hermitage, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That's where the shop's located. I have all my booking information and everything else is on my Instagram. Why do they call me Johnny Cash? That's a long story. It's actually not that long. They used to. So my name's Johnny. Obviously, a lot of people say the only people that call me John were my grandmother, my father who recently passed, and family members call me John. Everybody's always called me Johnny. And when I started working at a black barber shop maybe 20 years ago, and they just started calling Johnny Cash, and it slowly went from Johnny Cash to just Cash. So my nickname from the shop has always been Cash, and I just kind of adopted it in my 20s, and it's just kind of stuck. And I always say that I'm the new man in black. So
yeah, right. So Finest Mixed Breed got the Riz. He says you should come to the Buckeye Beer Battle 3, which we were talking about backstage, and hopefully we can get Johnny there because I'm telling you, there are probably a lot of guys in this chat room that if you showed up to the Buckeye Beer Battle 3, they're gonna want you to give them the work.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna check my schedule. I'm gonna see what I can do. If I have a couple clients or whatever, I can move them around, and we'll see what I can do to make it happen.
Right.
Heck yeah.
It'll be a good time to see you guys again. And obviously, like, I love to network. I love meeting people, and whatnot. And we'll see what we can do.
Right. Before we move on to a topic, let me ask you this: tell us about the competition that you won at Worlds, because you took first place at Worlds.
Yeah.
Tell us about that competition.
I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more like a barber battle, like at a hair show. Barber battle, hair shows is hair and beard. I really was I said, yeah, I'll do it. I haven't really competed since 2020, COVID. And the 2 years before that, I won 2 big national awards, and I was nominated for a worldwide award that year as well.
Nice.
But I really was not competing since then. And they asked me to compete, and I was like, okay, I'll do whatever you guys need. You know, that's part of what I do. The guys at Mad Viking, they're awesome. They let me do pretty much whatever I want to do, how I want to do it. They ask me the questions about certain things, this and that. And, you know, they take care of me. I take care of them. So I did that for them. And I just wanted to go network and have a good time. And then there was some things that I'd heard and whatnot. And I said, you know what? I'm going to really compete hard for this. Not knowing that I just thought it was a side event. And I didn't know there was, we were getting anything for it. And I just thought it was going to be fun. So I went really hard, and I had a really good time, and I went for shock and awe. So I went and found Thor.
Literally. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
I went to Thor, talked to him and his old lady, and I said, can I cut your beard? And can I cut your hair? And we talked a little bit, and he said, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. He said, he's part of the Mad Viking crew. He's like, it'll grow back. And we we sat down, talked about what I was going to do, and we went for it. And I went for shock and awe, and I think it worked. I mean, when I grabbed the side of his hair and 10 inches of hair fell off, and I did it everywhere, and then I whacked the entire sides of his beard off, and then I cut like 6.5 inches straight, but just went boom, almost like what I did with Chief. You know, the first cut, and everybody's like, whoa, you know, and all the hair just goes down on the ground. And, you know, they were like, wow, this is crazy. And I remember looking to the audience and the judges, and everybody was just like, you know, and I went for shock and awe, and I that's normally what I do. It's kind of one of my things. If it isn't some big crazy design, it's something that's going to make everybody go, holy shit. And that's what I did, and I ended up winning. So it was really cool. The competition, though, I tell you what, the before and afters were amazing. And there was some, they weren't slacking. No. I did a full haircut. They only did a beard in 45 minutes, but I kind of misunderstood the rules, because if not, I would have had Chief. I would have had Chief sit down, and he would have been my guy.
Right. Well, it was after me.
Yeah, it was literally, I scooped him in right before it, and it was kind of my warm up. Not to you know, to lie or anything, but it was kind of my warm up, because I wanted to get, how fast can I get the beard shape. Yep. And then I was like, okay, good. And then obviously I fine-tuned everything. But I was I remember I was about halfway done with everything, and I asked how much time there was, and they said 23 minutes. I went, holy shit, I'm almost done.
Right.
And then they said, we'll let you know when you get to 5 minutes. And I remember sitting there, and I was like, okay, I triple checked everything. I picked it out. I made sure every little straggler was cut, made sure all my lines were straight. I made sure he was lined up. I razored everything. And I was like, man, it's got to be almost over. They said 5 minutes. And right then they said 5 minutes. And I went, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just clean all my equipment and put it back where it was. The exact so I did that for the last 5 minutes.
better be ahead of schedule than behind schedule, right?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So we actually have a question for you. Lewis wants to know, if you're going to be at Buckeye Beard Battle, do you charge for beard cuts?
Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing that I'll do at any other event. Number one, if I show up, I hopefully will have a place to do it and whatnot. If the space is granted to me, it'll be donation, and I will take out my gas. How's that? My gas,
yes.
and maybe a couple dollars on top of that, and then I will donate the rest of it I will donate the rest of it back to the organization, and then they can do what they can figure out what they want to do with it.
Yep, amazing.
That's awesome.
It sounds good. Sounds really good.
That's awesome. That is very awesome. So here's another question for you. When you talk to guys and guys come in, they're like, okay, I'm going to get my beard trimmed. What do you tell guys? Like, what is the typical time between trims? Do you tell people like, hey, probably, couple months, or what do you tell them?
Depending on what they do, depending on what they work, depending on them. Ultimately, it's up to you, right? When you start to feel that it's getting a little crazy or a little too whatnot, it's up to you. But I would say, if you're trying to maintain a certain size beard and you want it to look nice all the time, I would say at least once a month. Every other time that a lot of my guys come every other week. So I would say every other time he comes in, do the beard. A lot of my bearded guys come in about once a month, and sometimes we do a big touch up. Sometimes we don't touch it at all. It's always, depends on what the client needs are.
Right. So Flaming Beard, what I think he's saying is he would donate. So it's going to combat to kayaks. So I believe he'd be donating the money to combat to kayaks. So you wouldn't donate to the waxing. You would donate on his side, and then he would donate to combat to kayaks.
Okay, and that's the other thing too. I love. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I love the fact that this is I'm not a veteran, but my dad was, and so my stepfather also is a veteran. But I've lived the military life my entire life until I moved away. I've lived all over the world, which was a blessing. I got to see all of Europe. I got to see Guam. I got to live all over the United States. So when it comes to donating, number one for kids and number two for the military and for veterans especially, I'm in.
Right. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. You want to get into some topics? I think the first one's going to be right up Johnny Cash's avenue. So first topic we got tonight, is the barbershop dead? Is the last refugee of male bonding gone? And I'll tell you what, since that's where you live, Johnny, why don't you give us your perspective on that?
So I recently left the barbershop that I was in for. There was reasons. There was some professional reasons, but some of it wasn't. It just the atmosphere for me. It just wasn't right for my clients anymore. I want to provide a very clean, professional atmosphere for my clients. So the interaction between me and my clients, no. Barbershops are still barbershops. They are thriving. There is a lot of things. Oh, the barbershop's different now. You gotta make appointments now. You gotta use a booking app. Well, I use a booking app, so I don't have to be on the phone all day long. I'm trying to cut your hair, and I got 10 people calling me trying to get the next spot. I got to answer them. So I got to keep going back and forth. I'm not cutting your hair. I'm on the phone.
Right.
That has helped me immensely. So there are things that have changed with the barbershop, but the adjustment is really, really slight. A lot of barbershops still, even though they might have appointments during the week, Saturday, most barbershops that I know of are still first come, first serve. There are a lot of younger guys also. They are first come, first serve. They might not have the experience that certain barbers have and whatnot, 10 years and whatnot. But they got to learn too, and they also have to learn from the guys in the shop who sometimes don't want to help teach and help bring these guys up. But my thing was, the language in some barbershops is a little brash sometimes. The loudness, the guys that like to smoke a little, it was, for me, that was becoming unprofessional. It's legalized and I get it, but, when you have other guys in the shop that don't tell their clients, hey, if you're going to do that way before you come, and put some cologne on or change your shirt or something before you come in. You can't smell like you're just smoking it in the bathroom and coming out. There was things that started, changing for me. So I decided to go work for a salon that wanted me to come work for them. And I have a nice little spot. It's up front. The rest of the salon is in the back. So it's just me and the guys. And most of the time it's my client and then the one waiting. Sometimes my kids come in or one of my buddies will stop by, drop me something off or whatever. But, I still have a barbershop feel. It's just more one-on-one. So is the barbershop dead? I'm going to say no. But, there are things and the times are changing and everything else like that. And people got to realize that you got to change with the times a little bit too.
Right. I agree with that. What do you think, Bishop? What's your take?
So, a lot of people here lately, they used to say that anyone, they want a guy used to cut their beard, right? I noticed that a lot of old timers. It depends what you want. A lot of old timers do awesome job on straight, straight razor, right? And you go to these newcomers, and they don't know how to do that. But they do know how to. I think the beard part of the barber shop is getting more. Um, they teaching that more now than back then, the styling and all that. So, for example, I just went. I had a bad experience with a barber shop. They've been open for a while. The girl said she caught like 4 inches out of my beard. I wasn't putting attention. It was my bad, but um, and then I went to a big salon, and the girl, she just been out of the barber school probably 7 months, and I was asking her a question. She said 7 months, and I asked her, how to do beard? She goes, yeah, they push that on us real good, and she lined it up perfect. So I think that it's not dead. I think it's more it's being teach more now than before.
Right.
Yeah, and I think too, it's also because style changes, right? In the 80s and 90s, nobody was really rocking beards like that. It was more clean cut. It was more hip hoppy, clean cut, shorter everything. Haircuts were shorter, nice, clean, high fades, everything in the 90s. That's how that was. And I think as, we got into the 2000s, things started to shift a little bit. Guys started growing their hair longer and their beards longer. Guys started doing this and that more and more and more. And then I think that's where we're at now. So it's I think there's a well-versed allotment of short and long hair and beard styles across the board. A lot of my clients have it really, a little longer than a 5 o'clock shadow beard, and they just keep it lined up.
Right.
And so it's again, back to the thing. I don't think it's dead. I just think it's times are changing. That's all. And it's good to hear that, that a lot of these younger guys that are coming out now that are actually really, really serious about the industry, that they're learning stuff like that. And it might not be that they learned it in school. They might have a really good shop and a really good shop owner that is showing them those things.
Right.
Hey, Johnny, let me ask you a question before we keep going, if you don't mind me. On your shop, how much do you, like, let's say if I go in there and I want a style, how much do you usually charge for that? I just want to compare it to what is here.
Just for your beard?
Yeah.
Just for the beard, $20.
Wow. Brother, you know how much they charge here for just a beard styling? Like $50.
Yeah. I mean, I charge $50 for a haircut and beard. So, and that's pretty much, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to, I'm one of the higher guys in my area.
Right.
I could probably, I mean, I got guys telling me all the time I should raise my prices to $60 or $70, but I just enjoy people, man. Like I mean, obviously I do this for my job and it pays my bills and it takes care of me and my family. But I honestly, like, I love this. Like, I love what I do. It's not a job for me. It's a place for me to go hang out and make people happy and feel good about themselves. Because if you feel good, you look good. That is that is something that will always be 100% true. If you feel good on the inside, you feel good, right? If you look good and you feel good, you're gonna feel great. So
right. Chief, what do you think
about what?
About the barbershop? The barbershop.
Oh, sorry, I was away for a couple seconds. Grandbaby's up there screaming his little lungs out. So, you know where I'm from, man. There's one barber shop, and then the rest are the salons. And I go to the barber shop. You go in, it's all walk-ins. You sit down there with the rest of the older guys, and everybody starts BSing, and it's that cool barbershop atmosphere. And I love the barbershop myself. And there's one guy, his name's Dave. Everybody knows Dave. They always bring him like tomatoes, and it's just that kind of town, man. You know, so
Right.
I like the barbershop. I don't think it's dead, but I think like Supercuts and you know, places like that. I'm not comfortable going in there. I'd rather have Dave, who's in his late 70s,
Right.
trim me up.
Right.
You know,
Right. You know, like where I'm at, there's a chain called Detroit Barbershop, and I tried them, and they're actually pretty good. I've got a guy go there. He does my hair, what's left of my hair. I'm trying to hold on to that, right? But he did trim my beard one time, and he did a good job. But all of them are actual barbers. Like it's not a girl that went to beauty school and pretending she knows how to do beards. When I went there, you know, they knew what they were doing, but now that I found Johnny Cash, it gives me an excuse to see you, Chief, and go see Johnny Cash because, yeah, right off the bat, him knowing what he wanted to do, you know, that sold me 100%. And I'll make the drive. I'd rather drive 4 hours to come see him and know it's going to get done right than leave with one side 5 inches shorter than the other, right? So
Awesome.
I will definitely make that drive to come see him, and we'll go get lunch and get beard trims, Chief. That'll be a thing for us. We'll be doing that very
that
often,
sounds
but.
fun.
Yeah, sounds awesome, right?
Hell
All
yeah.
right, let's see here. How about this, fellas? Let me change. Never post a man's loss without his permission. Real ones don't go viral off their brother's low points. What do you think about this, Chief?
Wow, man. Our community is really supportive, man. And, you know, we'll reach out to each other or people reach out to us because, you know, we've all gone through some stuff in the last couple of weeks and they reach out to you. They help you through your low points.
Right.
If not, you know, with the words, it's just the message of, hey, I give a shit about you. You know, I'm checking on you, that kind of thing. Like that means a lot. Our community, we don't post people's losses, I don't think at all.
Right.
And recently, I think everybody's building each other up. So,
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think, Johnny?
I kind of look at this post two different ways. They say to never post a man's L's, but at the same time, when somebody says, "Hey, pray for my buddy," he needs it. That's I think that's where I'm kind of leaning the other way a little bit because they're you know the just like he said the community, this community, bro. I literally I couldn't believe everything that I was seeing at Worlds. Number one, right? That was unreal. But the community itself, how they come together, how 90% of the people, 95% of the people get along, and how they do things for one another. I think that was pretty awesome. But yeah, you know, and then I look at the devil advocate side, right? Never post a man's L's when he's down without permission, but if that guy posted it, he's already put it out there for the trolls, for the critiquers, for the people that are with him in solidarity. It's the thing is, social media is brutal.
Yeah,
it can if you don't have the skin for it.
Right.
I mean, I've been told this, I've been told that. I just keep scrolling. It doesn't bother me. A lot of people be quick to just fire back and post, you know.
Right.
So I look at it that way as well. I like to when things bother me and I don't want people to know about it, I roll in silence. My real people that are really close to me and around me, they know just by the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I say something. They know when something's wrong.
Right.
And for those that are even closer, I tell them.
Right.
That was the one thing. Another thing that COVID taught me is, you know, being alone by myself. I just went through a divorce and I was going through. It was bad. There was some very, very extremely low moments. So to have people that I can reach out to, you know, I wish I would have had you guys then, just to talk to and be like, hey, it's okay, but I feel the same way or whatever it needs to be said, you know.
Right.
but that's where I lean on that. But I think it's a great topic though, because it's tough. If you're going to post it, you got to be prepared for the bad stuff. But if you really look through the bad stuff, there was 150 people that posted something great and positive, and there was 2 people that posted something bad.
Right. What about you, Bishop? How do you feel on this one?
Well, so it's what he says true, because the lows could be interpret different ways. So it could be, like some of us. I mean, I get low down too sometimes. You guys know I got my other kids. My other kids don't want nothing to do with me, and I start thinking about it, and I get down. And sometimes you post something on Instagram, on Facebook, because especially us, we're content creators, our life generate around Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and as much as we're trying to be pretend that we always cool and smiling and laughing, we go through a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
I try to be, what you see is what you get, and a lot of you guys know that when you guys are down, I'm always there, constantly asking you, hey, checking on you guys, making sure you guys are okay, see how you guys are doing. I try to do that on a weekly, if not daily, just asking people on my list. I just got like a list. It's not really a list, it's just that I've been texting them for a while. I just check on them. Hey, haven't heard from you for a while, you doing okay? And the flip side of that is, it happened to me the other day from Bjorn Dave, Born Beer, right?
Dave.
It happened to me the other day. I was, I was having problems with the internet, and I was just spending time with the family. Actually, that's something I don't do a lot with my son, and I enjoyed it. But Dave, I don't know where, he asked me. He goes, "Man, are you okay? You're checking on you," and he was weird. And I appreciate that, and he knows because I told him. But it made me realize that's usually what I do, So being on the opposite side of that was like, it was cool,
Right.
So it just, you gotta take the good with the bad. Of course, if you post something on the internet, you open to it. I mean, that's the only thing you gotta do. So you gotta be careful what you open, and sometimes you gotta be careful what you post too, about somebody, because even if they're on the down and you're trying to do it with good intentions, at that
You
time
can't see emotion in a text.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with all you guys. I really won't, like if somebody's going through something, I don't add salt to it. I'm not going to kick somebody when they're down. I'm not going to post it. I'm always here. I get people that reach out to me and they're like, hey, I'm not having a good day. Hey man, talk to me. What's going on? You know what I mean? I work with some guys at work that one guy is always down. And I'm like, come on, man. Like life could be worse. Come on. I try to brighten his day up, try to get him better. But I post a lot of stuff up. You guys have seen that. And, I get every once in a while somebody says something. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't bother me. If you, I guess, what's the old adage? If you don't get at least one hater, you're not doing something right. So, I mean, if people, yeah. So if somebody's hating on me, whatever, I don't pay much attention. But I'm always out there, trying to like lift people up. If somebody's going through a bad time or something's going on, if I can, give them some words and talk to them and maybe make them have a better attitude that day or help them get through the day, that's what I'm trying to do, because like I said, everybody in this community is always trying to lift people up, and it's a great community to be in. So, we all kind of watch out for each other and help each other out. So, yeah. But I think we're all on the same page on that one, Let's see here. How about this? When accountability stings, owning mistakes doesn't make us less, it makes us more. You want to start this one off, Bishop?
Well, you got to be accountable for what you do, or the stuff that you do and you say. I mean, it's just what you it just makes you who you are. I mean, if you make a mistake, you got to account for it. You got to step up and say, hey, I screwed up. Man, I just made a mistake today. I took a route from a driver that I thought he was asking for a day off, and I gave it to another driver. Come to find out, he's asking for the day off for Saturday. Well, I had to fix that problem. I had to admit to it. You know, I called the boss and I told him, man, I'm sorry. I just misread it, right? So,
Right.
I mean, you got to admit to it. We all we all humans, so we make mistakes. That's the main
Right.
thing, right?
Right. What about you, Johnny?
Yeah, I think that when you make a mistake, it's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to
Right.
sting. It's supposed to not feel good. You're supposed to feel like you want to throw up all over the place. There's, but if you here's my thing. Most of the time, when you make a mistake, you're supposed to learn from those mistakes. You're supposed to become better for it, right? Sometimes you don't completely learn, but you learned a little bit more than you did the last time. So maybe the mistake wasn't as bad, right?
Right.
But
Right.
if you're going to keep making the mistake,
Right.
and not be held accountable, and keep making the mistake and keep making the mistake, and you want to sit there and whine about it and cry about it and
Right.
boo about it, I can't be there for you for that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I will help you still. I
Right.
can't be there for you the way that I need to be there for you because you're not ready to be accountable for it. So
Right.
yeah, I think as long as you learn from it, you do grow from it.
Right.
Right.
You touch a hot ass stove, you're gonna burn the shit out of your hand. You're gonna look next time, make sure that stove is off.
Right. 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 What about you, Chief? What do you think?
I agree with Johnny. You keep making that same mistake over and over and over again, and you don't learn from it. You don't get held accountable. It
Right.
becomes a behavior, and it becomes who you are. Somebody has to
Right.
hold your ass accountable. And my dad was really good about that growing up. And I found out, when I was real young, if you lie, he knows, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you tell the truth, you might get that dad look that I'm a little disappointed in you.
Right.
But
Right.
your butt wasn't red.
Right.
So
Right.
you learn at a young age to,
Right.
just do the right thing, say the right thing, apologize when you need to, learn from your mistakes. That's
Right.
basically it in a
Right.
nutshell. So
You
don't
know,
keep doing the same mistake over and over and over again.
right.
Right.
You know, Cowboy Up make a point. You got to be a man of your work.
Yep.
And that the problem nowadays is that it have went away, kind of.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's
Right.
kind of
Well, you-
been going to the side.
Right. You know, my thing, and I think a lot of people don't realize this, is that if I make a mistake and I own it, right? Because I'm all about that. If I make a mistake, I'm going to own it and I'm going to make it right. I don't think I lose any ground by owning the mistake, right? What people don't realize is that if I make a mistake and I'm with you guys and I make a mistake and I own up to it, I just gain more of your trust because that, hey, I owned up to it. I'm a man of my word. I owned up to it. I'm going to make it right. And as long as I follow through and make it right, there's not a problem, right? I mean, there's two parts of that. You can't just say, I own it and I'm going to make it right and then not make it right. But I think a lot of people don't realize that you're human. You're going to make mistakes. Just own up to making that mistake,
Sure.
make it right, because it gains trust with people. And in this world, if people can't trust you, you're not going to go far, So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Yep. Alrighty, fellas. Let's move on to the next one. Men who say I don't care what anyone thinks usually care the most. The tougher the talk, the more fragile the truth. You want to start this one off, Johnny?
Hold on, that was a lot. I think this is one of them coin flip things again. You can play devil's advocate on both sides of it.
Right.
Because there are a lot of people that say, I don't care what anybody thinks, but away from that person's dying inside because they do care what people think.
Right.
I'm one of those guys.
Right.
I will tell you straight to your face, I don't care about the negative talk. I don't care about what people say about me. I don't care what people this, that, but I do. I'm not that I'm a very prominent person around here, that I got endless amounts of cash or anything like that, but I do care what people think about me. I hope that I present myself good enough, especially in a form where I'm talking with people, that they go, wow, that's a good fucking dude. And they don't have to say that dude I don't know. There's something off about that guy. I don't
Right.
know. There's some. I don't know. I don't really know
Right.
if I like that guy. So
Right.
you know that's that. I would think that nobody thinks that way about me, but they
Right.
do. But
Right.
for the most part, I don't care. But there is a part of me on the inside that does.
Right.
I don't think that tougher to talk, more fragile the truth. I do kind of like that saying though.
Right.
You know, sometimes we as men, we like to portray we're Hulk Hogan, we're the Incredible
Right.
Hulk. We can't be touched. I don't care what
Right.
anybody says.
Right.
I don't care how bad the situation is.
Right.
You go back 4 years ago, and I was
Right.
I was over there crying like a bitch because I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's completely right.
Yeah, it's easy to say
Yeah.
when you're around everybody, but when you're away from everybody, that's when it hurts the
Right.
most. you know?
Right.
Right. Right.
Hey man, I respect that your feelings
Right.
because a lot of people think that men don't cry or men don't have, and we do that.
We
I
do.
mean,
Right.
you gotta, we express our feelings. Of course, we don't. Most of the time, we don't do it openly, but we
Right.
have feelings, and especially when it hit hard. So I applaud you for that, brother, for
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Right. Right. I totally agree with you, and I think it's sometimes we wear disguises, right? Depending on what we're doing. When I was on the job, being a bodyguard, I'd run into other protection guys. My attitude was, I don't care what you think about me. I know I'm better than you. I had to be cocky. I had to portray a certain way, right? But I get off that detail. I'm like, man, I hope that guy thought I was good. I hope he doesn't think, was I doing everything right? Was I doing everything I
Right.
was supposed to do? Because I do care, but sometimes you have to project an image, and sometimes that keeps you, but like in the beard community, man, I really care about what people think about me. I always try to be nice to people and doing that stuff. In the firearms community, there's a lot of alpha male ego that goes along with
Right.
what I do. So you got to be like, you know what? I don't care what you think. Proof's in the pudding. This is what I do. You've seen what I do. I don't need to worry about what you think. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting there going, I hope they didn't think I was a schmuck. I hope I hope I showed them, and I hope. So yeah, I think pretty much the same thing. What do you think, Chief?
I agree with you. Since I retired, I lean more towards boosting others up and positivity and brotherhood and sisterhood and things like that. But military wise, you guys probably would not have liked me because I was your atypical, I'm better than you,
Right.
like you just said,
Right.
because you
Right.
had to be, you had to advance. There were certain
Right.
things you had to do, and you had to prove yourself all the time. But in the
Right.
beard community, I can be myself, and love everybody and be positive. And it's just a different world I live in now, and I like this world a lot better than. Well, I love my career in the service. Don't get me wrong, but I
Right.
was a machine. I was,
Right.
always on. Every day I was on. But today,
Right.
hanging out with you guys, I'm sitting here eating pretzels and enjoying the conversation and the brotherly love and all that stuff, and it feels good,
Right.
So, hey man, it's almost 8 o'clock. Let's do a
Yep.
giveaway.
Yeah.
Let's get Bishop in here first to finish this
Oh, I'm
up, and
sorry.
then we'll finish up. Yeah.
It's all right.
Because we're getting
Listen,
close.
like I said, I agree with you guys. It's easy for us to cover it up. Like I told you, it's easy for us to put a persona, but we do have feelings. We're trying to pretend that we don't care. We do care a lot of times. Even we trying to do that. We're trying to pretend we don't care of what the people say. We do care about what people say. We have feelings. We, we're humans, and
Right.
even also on a higher, I don't want to say higher rank, but like a higher position, or even on work at work, or like Chief said, his position in the military. We had
Right.
to pretend that we didn't care, but we do care. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And they're just part of it. So I just
Right.
said, be humble, be yourself, and
Right.
sometimes you're gonna need help. Reach out.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just touch on base on this really quick. The Buckeye Beer Battle 3. It is September 6th. It's in Zanesville, Ohio. And Johnny, I'll get you the information But in the chat room, if you would love to see Johnny Cash at the Buckeye Beard Battle, cutting hair and doing his thing, give us a hell yeah in the chat, because I'm telling you what, man, that would be totally awesome. And I know Mike Wiseman would love to make that happen. That would be such an awesome thing, especially having somebody of your caliber there doing that.
Yep.
And guys, I'm really hoping he can, because he knows how to wax backs, and man, myself, Bishop, and 30 Spray J would be in a lot less trouble than having Bearded Chief Dose, and the Hemp Wizard wax our backs. So, Lord, please let Johnny be able to come and do this. So,
and if somebody and anybody knows, he just Hemp Wizard just posted that he if the money gets to $5,000 on charitable donation for that pot, he's gonna chop off his beard. That glorious beard that he have is for a good cause. So,
and who is more perfect to be there with the $2,000 scissors to make that happen? That would be it. And if anybody, so one extra thing we got going on at the Buckeye Beard Battle 3, there is now a pinup girl contest that's going to happen. So we are going to have pinup girls there, pinup contest. So, man, we're going to have music, we're going to have beard competition, we're going to have pinup girls, and hopefully we're going to have the best barber in the world, the man who won worlds, cutting hair there. So that's going to be awesome. But, Chief and Bishop and Johnny, we should probably do the giveaway, right?
Yes, I think we should do.
All right. So, let's see, we got 31 people in here. Let's go 60 to 95. And Johnny, why don't you do me the favor of picking a number?
60 to 95?
Yeah. Let me know in the private chat what number.
Okay, we'll go.
Alrighty, we got a number. So everybody in the chat, it's 60 to 95, and Chief, send them off. Tell them when to start.
Bishop, throw some dots in there for me, Bishop. Let's go.
There we go. Let's see.
I had to do it, Chief. I had to do it.
Ooh. Wow. You got some close ones.
Oh, there you go.
Born bearded.
Yep, born bearded. Born bearded.
Ding, 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 ding,
Hey, he's born bearded is in a row. I'm telling you, he's in a row.
So born bearded, I don't know if you know how to get a hold of True North. But born bearded, you won the combo giveaway. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. Congrats on that.
Yep. Congratulations, brother.
Heck yeah. Good job.
That's going to be such a good set.
Hey, born bearded. Listen, if by any chance you don't want it, I know somebody who just might say yes,
Dino, do you by chance have that carrier blend? Because it's got a couple new blends in it.
Let me see here. I can pull it up, I believe. Let me get it up here. Yeah, because that one does have the new carrier blends.
Yep.
And let me see here. I should have had this pulled up. I'm sorry about that, everybody. But
I got it.
It's got shea nut oil, golden jojoba oil, argan oil, meadow foam seed oil, avocado oil, sweet almond oil, fragrance blend, and vitamin E. That's in the oil. And then the beard butter has shea butter, coconut oil, golden jojoba oil, argan oil, meadow foam seed oil, avocado oil, sweet almond oil, fragrance blend, and vitamin E. The beard oil is 1 ounce, and the butters are 4 ounce.
Yep.
So, yep.
Man.
So, congratulations, Born Bearded.
That is some of the creamiest butter that I know of.
Right.
I love it.
We didn't ask this. We should probably ask Johnny Cash, what are some of your favorite beard products to use, beard companies? Who do you like?
I honestly, the crazy thing is I live right in the middle of where Honest Amish and Mad Viking both were made. So
right.
I've known the guys from Mad Viking since the very beginning. I've had multiple products from both of those companies.
Right.
I am a Mad Viking ambassador, so I don't use a lot of other stuff,
Right.
so to speak. I
Right.
do love trying other things and smelling other things and whatnot. The guys from Death Grip, the guys from everybody that was around the table,
Right.
True North, everybody was just so awesome. And I think I told you guys this at the Worlds. I just thought it was amazing that all those companies, they're all battling for money and for sales and this, that, and the other. Nobody argued. Nobody said nothing. Everybody was like, dude, this is great. Everybody's high-fiving each other. We're all sitting there talking to each other. I went and talked to everybody every day from every table in the entire
Right.
basement every day, mainly because I was stuck in the basement. But
Right.
I enjoyed like talking to everybody and meeting everybody, and everybody was like, you know, talking to me about their products, and not so much about their products, just talk to me about them. That was the best
Right.
part. And
Right.
and you know, I do go swing a little more Mad Vikings way, but you know, I like to try out this and that and have a little bit of fun with this and that. I might not be able to sponsor it or sell it, but you know,
Right.
give it a
Well,
try.
True North says they're going to send you a package for being on tonight. So
Oh man,
we'll get you hooked up with True North.
thank you very
Amazing
much,
product, amazing products. If you haven't tried them, yeah, you're going to really.
That's what I
dig
was
True
gonna say,
North.
man. That's what just Chris just doing that. I mean, that tells
Right.
you a lot because he didn't. I mean, you know, honest to
Right.
God, he didn't have to do that. But that's the kind of type of owner that they are. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I really appreciate that, man.
Right.
Hey, can I tell you something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
The UPMC donations that Worlds raised that day that you helped with, you know, cutting, trimming beards and things, and all that money went to UPMC Children's Hospital. And then my grandson was born 2 days later and life flighted to that hospital.
Oh man,
So thank you for what you did up there, and thank everybody at Worlds. And I didn't know I'd ever need to use that hospital, and boom, it just came to be, and it meant a lot.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that's awesome. I literally just got goosebumps. Really, like they started here on my sides. I thought you were behind me for a second. I realized you're still on the screen.
Could
But
be from that hug.
I get the,
Right.
I got the heebie-jeebies in it. That's awesome. That's
Right.
that's beautiful.
So, guys, let's get into final thoughts. Bishop, any final thoughts?
Just want to say, man, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. I haven't met you in person, but I'm hoping I can get to meet you at the Buckeye Beer Battle. Let me tell you this: that mustache is on point. I like how it's the style and the beer. And listen, I hope I can get to meet you in there. And again, the chat, it's been amazing. You know, True North's always rocking. You guys are, you know, I couldn't ask for a better team.
What about you, Chief?
I said earlier, man, I got a good vibe from you as soon as I opened my mouth and we started talking, man. I got a real good vibe from you, and it felt like we've known each other for a long, long time.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I had no hesitation. Actually, Dino was like, "Do you want me to go first?" I was like, "No, I'm getting this done." I sat in that chair first. I put all my trust in you, and you were like a doctor, man, with open heart surgery, man. You did what you had to do, got it done, and I love our conversation at the Worlds. I love the conversation tonight. Everybody in the chat was popping. What a good night, and thank you for being here and spending time with us.
Right.
Thank you.
Johnny, any final thoughts?
I just, you know, you guys invited me to this at Worlds, and I was like, I'm down for it. Whatever you guys want, whatever you guys need, whatever time, whatever day. You guys were honestly, I talked to a lot of people. I did a lot of awesome stuff. I cut one winner, a bunch of seconds, and a bunch of thirds. I had a really good time. But you guys, honest to God, like, and I think it has to do a little bit with the military part of it. You guys were kind of a bright spot for me that weekend. You know, my dad passed second week of June. So just having that, I don't know. Oh, and I'm a short dude, right?
Right.
Chief is a big dude. He's a big
Yep.
boy. And
Right.
you know, it was just nice being around.
Right.
There's a couple quotes that I like to say quite a bit. One of them I have posted on my Instagram, and it's from Ed Lattimore. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. If you aren't willing to look like a foolish beginner, you'll never become a graceful master. And that's something that I've always followed.
Nice.
And even though I'm at where I'm at and I've achieved a lot of the things that I've achieved, I will always be the student. I might teach a lot of people, but
Right.
I'll always be the student.
Right. Well, I gotta tell you this, Johnny. It was amazing meeting you at Worlds. You know, it was kind of funny because when I started walking up and I looked and you were wearing some Jordans, man. I have the same pair of Jordans that you were wearing. I'm like, this guy is it, man. Yep, those are the ones. I'm like, this guy is it. We started talking, man. You were so cool, and I had nothing but confidence in you. I was not nervous at all having you cut my beard. And like I said, I'm going to travel 4 to 5 hours to come see you to trim my beard from now on. So I'll come see Chief and I'll see you. But what an awesome time it was meeting you. I'm probably speaking for all three of us when I say this, but this is not going to be the last time you're on this show.
No.
We're gonna bring you back. We had a lot of fun.
Awesome.
I think we've only scratched the surface of talking to Johnny, and maybe even having you come on and giving us some beard tips and filling some guys in on how to take care of their beard and doing some stuff. But you're definitely coming back on, man. What an awesome.
Whatever you guys need, I'm there for you guys. Honestly.
And as much as you appreciated coming on the show, we appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you very much. It was funny because Chief and I looked and we're like, man, do you think he would come on our show? Because we were kind of nervous to ask you. I'm like, man, this guy's like so good. He's like up here, top
you
of the
guys
world.
are nervous. Like, I'm nervous.
I was like, I don't know if he's going to say yes. And it was so awesome. And you're like, yeah, man, I'll do it. So yeah, it worked out awesome. And thank you for everything, man. Thank you for coming on. And when we close out here, we couldn't do this with everybody in the chat room. Please like and subscribe. Go to Johnny's page on Instagram. Go subscribe, man. Like his page. Get some subscriptions out there. He is such an amazing guy. Hemp Wizard just came in the room, and Hemp Wizard, this is Johnny Cash. We're gonna hook you up with them. We're gonna make something happen at Buckeye Beard Battle. He needs to come out there. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming on, staying. Thank you True North for the giveaway. Thank you everybody for that. And Johnny, please stick around. Don't leave after we go off.
All right.
All right. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you, and we'll see you next week, everybody. Send us out, Chief.
Out. Bye-bye.